Hi, welcome to the Science of the Soul. My name's Will. I am Amirah's podcast editor, and I'm here with Amirah just discussing about her recent works. You just recently published a workbook, haven't you?
Yes. Hi, Will. Hi, everyone. Yes, I did. And to everyone, Will is my magician, my audio magician.
Oh.
But yes, I did recently publish a psychological resource, and that's called the Culturally Informed Trauma Workbook. It is a digital resource that people can use on their devices. It's not a physical copy because there are lots of different medias incorporated in it. Yeah.
So, yeah, sorry, I was just
going to say it's easy for people to carry around. It's safe, it's secure, it's confidential. You know, you're not going to be worried about someone going through it, leaving it lying around. So, yeah.
So how long have you been working on this workbook?
So it was in the works for about a year conceptually.
Mm-hmm.
However, I finally put it together earlier this year and it came out in April.
Okay, wow. So if you can explain to our listeners, why is this so important?
Well, the purpose here is to cultivate awareness, healing, and wisdom from, the hardships that we have in life. And this particular model, which is module 1, it's on your past. So it's ideal for people who are engaged in ongoing therapy or have had therapy and know what it's about, or people who understand the psychological landscape in that sense. And it's important because a lot of the times, a lot of the trauma work that's out there, they don't have the cultural lens, the cultural relevance that this resource offers. So this resource specifically acknowledges and incorporates the unique cultural contexts of people, of individuals, of you, of me, and that can significantly influence our experiences of trauma and healing. So I can't tell you the number of clients I have come across in Australia and university students as well, and internationally, because I am very much in the, I'm a TCK, so that's a third culture kid. So people struggle healing from trauma because of the complexity and the nuances of cultural implications.
Okay. I mean, so what's the idea behind the workbook?
Well, because my specialization is in grief, trauma, and transculturalism, my interest in humanistic, holistic care, and my ultimate appreciation for the eclectic work that counselors do, I found myself cycling through, a compilation of psychoeducation material with my clients, with my students, with my supervisees, and I just found myself teaching parts of neuroscience, unpacking cultural beliefs and norms, emotional intelligence. I'm teaching emotional regulation. I'm helping people explore values. I'm teaching self-awareness. I'm, considering attachment styles with them. I'm looking at, trauma histories, including intergenerational trauma. We are looking at how cultural and faith-based values converge, how they come together, how they diverge from each other in terms of the individual and the collective or the family. We look at different aspects of spirituality, acceptance, cognitive processing, love languages, lifestyle choices, archetypes, all these things. And I find myself doing these sort of things, again and again and again and again, which I love, but I also thought about, well, maybe it'll be useful to put that all together in an interactive booklet where people can access whenever and wherever and chip at it at their own pace, and also be able to return to it, whenever they want. And it's tailored with, strategies and practices that help them come up with their own ideas and their own realizations that resonate with, diverse cultural backgrounds. And it makes healing more accessible, more effective, more inclusive. It holds your hand and helps you explore and discover how, your cultural and spiritual background can either help or hinder your growth. It is empowering because it helps you look at or recognize your cultural strengths and resources. So the workbooks empower people to draw on their own identities and communities for recovery. And it helps people avoid misunderstandings, especially if you're working with a therapist already. It can help prevent misconceptions and biases that can arise in the therapy room. It can foster a more supportive environment so that you can easily take it, to your therapist. Quite frankly, I think it saves time and gets you further faster. It's just efficient growth. You can develop more compassion as well and understanding for other people when you yourself have developed the extra lens to be able to appreciate and understand your background as well as other people's backgrounds. So now with this new lens, you can extend that towards, others as a new way of processing the people that you meet in the world, like not that you be psychoanalyzing everyone that you see, but you have an appreciation of, maybe this person is acting this way because of something that may have happened. So you're more forgiving. Maybe you develop more of a benefit of the doubt, or you have more exposure around, maybe their values just are different from mine, and that way you have this holistic approach to healing that, it's not only just psychoeducation, trauma focus with, the neuroscience and all that, which is all really important, but it's feeding in your cultural values, your traditions, and it moves away from that pathological deficit medical model, and it embraces this, my favorite approach, which is the biopsychosociocultural-spiritual model. So it's a systematic way to do this.
Yeah. So, behind this, with obviously there's going to be different kinds with transculturalism is sort of still not unknown, but in a way it's not as exposed as we hoped, right? In a way. So in that sense, it sounds like it's a workbook for quite a lot of professions that can have a transculturalism lens in a sense where they can acknowledge, if it's something to do with grief or trauma, they can also approach it into, I guess, a different method, or like you said,
a broader approach. You're taking in the person for the wholeness of the person, right? Like all of the person. The background, the history, the belief systems, the values, what they've been exposed to. And it's not just, when I'm talking about culture, I'm not just talking about ethnic culture, I'm talking about professional cultures, about sexual orientation cultures, arts cultures, music cultures, nationality, migration, human displacement, all sorts of different things that make up our identity.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, and I was sort of touching in the whole professions. Who are you aiming to, who's it for, this workbook?
So this workbook is specifically for two groups of people. So the first group would be, people like individuals who would like to make changes in their lives, but specifically people who are motivated to make changes in their lives by truly getting to know their past and how that might influence their present and their future for better or for worse, Aristotle said, knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. So if it's for people who are interested in cultivating wisdom, and the first step is by knowing yourself really, really, really well, implicitly and explicitly. And the more we understand ourselves, the more we can heal and grow. So I would recommend this to people who've already have had some exposure, like I said, to the psychological landscape, or has had therapy before, or are having ongoing therapy. And it doesn't specifically have to be around only for trauma survivors. It is unpacking everything, but there is a strong trauma focus because we look at, the trauma responses. So yeah, basically it's something that can facilitate growth and make therapy more worthwhile. And then the other group would be who would benefit from it are mental health practitioners, like you mentioned. So it's a really handy psychoeducation resource because that's, a lot of it is that it's psychoeducation either through video or text, and then guided scaffolded exercises that follow for individual exploration. So it provides a practical, scientifically informed guide that acknowledges the influence of culture and beliefs in the role of trauma healing and growth. So it encourages the clients of the practitioners accountability through self-paced learning and guided exploration that they can use in therapeutic settings as well. So it's technically a bunch of resources that's been compiled in a meaningful way.
Yep. Okay.
And I also want to acknowledge that I'm standing on the shoulders of giants here. Professionals in stages way, way before my time have developed some fantastic approaches, which I've included and adapted with a cultural lens.
Yeah, right. Well, where can we find this anyway?
Yeah, so we can find this on my website. So if you go to roadtorecovery.com and you go to more, you click on the tab more, you hover over it and you'll see Culturally Informed Trauma Workbook. And you can just get it from there. Or what you can also do is you can go to gumroad.com. So that is GUMROAD.com. You'll see a pink circular icon with a G inside, and you just type in the Culturally Informed Trauma Workbook and it'll pop up, and you can just purchase it from there.
Okay, cool. Well, we'll definitely put some links in the description as well for people to follow. And yeah, we'll definitely have a look into that workbook because I haven't downloaded it yet, even though I went to one of your workshops.
Yeah, you have it, but you didn't download it.
No, but definitely, yeah, and it says that this is the first module. There's others at the moment, or
they're in the making.
Oh,
So basically, again, life is experienced through chronological fashion.
Yeah, right.
So I'm trying to follow that natural temporal state in which we experience life and therefore growth and healing. So the first part, which is module 1, is on the past. So your past helps you develop greater insight and appreciation about, what has happened and how that's shaped you to be who you are today. And module 2 would be focused on the present. That should be out by the new year.
Oh, wow.
And module 3 should be out latest early second quarter next year. So the present would be for module 2, and that's basically designed to follow directly after module 1. And that confronts and tackles some of the current traumatic responses along with skills to cope. Here, I'll be incorporating philosophy and wisdom traditions, again, drawing from the sages on things like efficient meditation and mindfulness practices to increase emotional resilience, to build stronger and healthier neural pathways. And I'm also working on how to elicit traditional or novel practices unique to each individual who would be using the book to promote higher satisfaction in life. I want to move away from the pursuit of happiness and move towards the pursuit of contentment. Right? Because happiness is fleeting. It's a state that ends, whereas contentment is sustainable and, I'm okay with where I'm at.
Yeah.
I'm content. I'm satisfied. So that would be the aim. And then that would kind of lead quite nicely into module 3, which, will be released a few months afterwards, probably second quarter 2025. And that will be the future part, which is developed to shape a psychologically healthier and more content version of you. So it leads quite nicely in, and it will integrate the healing practices to sustain like well-being according to your authentic values. how to set realistic expectations, how to recover from setbacks and disappointments, how to be methodical yet creative and flexible in crafting an emotionally and mentally balanced sense of self moving forward. And then, it's not always going to be about us in life. It shouldn't, in my opinion. This is my opinion.
Yeah.
So with module 3 is also about how to inspire others in such a way whereby you're imparting knowledge and wisdom, exhibiting compassion just by role modeling, and also the small things that you do through the interactions with others, your children, your students, your family members, your colleagues, the people you interact with.
Yeah.
And how to kind of extend that growth that you have within yourself towards others in terms of acceptance, understanding, cultivating altruism, all, very highly regarded ways of being, according to research, actually, if you were to look into the evidence around, contentment and meaningful life. So that's where we're going, and it's in the works.
Yeah, wow. I really like it because, like, it's almost accepting, trying to accept the past and then how it will correlate with the present. And then obviously writing about understanding what the present and how to face those type of things, which you just said beautifully with what you can sort of look forward to while you're already accepted the past and the present and how to look forward to the future, which is, I think that's great. That's something I better download this time.
I'll send it to you again.
Yes, please. Yeah, so definitely, like we said before, we'll list all the links, relevant links down below as well to see where you can get your copy. And yeah, really look forward to. And by the way, have a look on our website more, just because there's going to be, I'm pretty sure there's going to be more updates of where the workshop's going to be. Hopefully, I'm really looking forward to see where you go next, because I did go to our first one, which was really cool. I really enjoyed that as well. So a lot of the first module, which you've explained about, she does cover bits of it as well.
Yeah. It's kind of like an offshoot of what the workshop covers. And for people who don't know this, I run a workshop on faith and meaning making for to help people process grief and loss, and we look at post-traumatic growth and other things as well. And there's a framework around how to work with grief with people from faith-based backgrounds, with and it's evidence-based because it's based on my dissertation. It's a research of 4 years. So that's what I'm doing my workshop on, and I put that in the package, the workbook in the package for attendants and participants, attendees and participants to receive as one of the resources. So it is incorporated, which is what Will was talking about. But yeah, the workshops are happening. I think there's one at the end of November that we're talking about. I'll update you.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Just stay tuned, because as she's doing all the podcasting and I'm editing as we go, she's already flourishing a lot. So with all the workshops that she's been doing with these workbooks as well, that she's beautifully created, definitely check her out and the website as well.
Thank you, Will. Thank you for taking the time to talk to me about it. I really think it is, I think it's a cool resource.
I think it's cool.
I think for a practitioner, it just makes life a lot easier.
Yeah.
But I also have to acknowledge my sister, just as she did all my design work and the children's book that we talked about the other day. She also designed this entire book and made it accessible. So it's actually done on PowerPoint. So you don't have to have a paid version of PDF to be able to access it. So anybody can access this. You don't need to have a paid version of Adobe at all. Yeah. Because she's done everything on PowerPoint. Wow. Bless her soul.
She thought that far to make us accessible
to everyone.
As people. Yeah. That's great.
Yeah. And she made it so nice. Like, again, she hated my version. She thought it was crap.
I want to see that version.
I can show that to you. It's just, Yeah. But so yeah, I just want to acknowledge her work. She's just been really patient and really amazing in supporting all of my endeavors.
She's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. My name's Arifa. Just so,
Yeah.
everyone knows. But yeah, again, thank you for listening to me talk about this. Yeah. Stay tuned. And when module 2 and 3 comes out,
which I can't wait.
We'll have another chat.
Yeah, for sure. All right. See you guys on the next episode, and we'll see you soon.
Okay. Bye, everyone.
Bye.